Rescued moose comes back every day to visit the guy who saved her. It probably wouldn't occur to you that moose and people could coexist. This Lithuanian man didn't either until a chance meeting altered his course in life. Living in Lithuania is a farmer named Erikus Pluchus. Being next to a forest, his farm allows him to have close contact with the natural world and its fauna. But when he was forced to care for an abandoned baby moose, he developed a completely new outlook on life and, most importantly, became a lifelong best friend. Erikus arrived home one day to an unexpected scene. A small newborn moose, by himself, sleeping by his gate. He glanced around, but his mother was nowhere to be seen. He recognized the moose may only be 2 weeks old as he drew nearer. That's when the awful truth dawned on him. Erikus came to the conclusion that the moose's mother had most likely been shot by hunters, and the young animal had fled in search of safety. However, her state was not excellent. Her fur was filthy and swarming with flies, giving off an appearance of starvation and depression. Erikus was acutely aware that she had to get aid immediately or perish. But he scared the hell out of her. Even with her fear, the young moose lacked the strength to flee or even get to her feet. Erikus softly lifted her and carried her into his grounds. When he called animal services, they promised to come by the following day. He phoned his pals to get their suggestions on how to assist the moose in the interim. He was shocked to find hatred and disdain for others around him. The only thing Erikus heard from his buddies was, "It's illegal, you should not do it, let nature take care of it." He went outside and gathered every type of leaf he could find, not giving up and giving the infant some milk to see if it would eat. He waited for animal services for a while after that. They would, regrettably, not be much use. Erikus described his encounter with animal services as follows. They called local hunters and asked if they could take her because here in Lithuania we do not have a special institution that would take care of wild orphan animals. He asked animal services whether he could keep the moose because he knew that delivering her to hunters would result in her demise. They agreed, much to his relief. Emma was the baby's name given by Erikus. He remembers that the first few weeks were a huge challenge. He was unable to leave her unattended for an extended period of time and had to feed her every 4 hours. Each time he entered the house, she would cry. He often slept with her to reassure her, sometimes in the open and other times in the barn. She began to trust him as she healed. Emma was becoming larger, but she no longer felt threatened by Erikus. He chose to begin bringing her back to the forest in order to reconnect her with her natural environment. Even though she was first hesitant, she always went with Erikus. He attempted to teach her what was safe and what was harmful while also assisting her in finding food. He dreamed of the day when she could do everything by herself. He soon saw some improvement. Emma started to grow more at ease in the forest as she got bigger. She soon became independent and began visiting there. Erikus realized that returning to the woods was time for her. Sending his child out into the world made him feel like a parent. He reminisced about the initial evenings when she failed to return home. "Well, I didn't get much sleep." He realized, nevertheless, that he had to let her go. Now that Emma is an adult, she spends her days in the forest. That does not, however, imply that she had forgotten the man who saved her life. She would spend a few hours each day visiting Erikus at the farm. In addition to giving her snacks, they occasionally go swimming together. A unique bond is evident in the way she handles him. Emma never ever warmed up to anyone, but Erikus is a different story. He remarked, "She seems kind and loving to me. She would not hurt me because she is very careful when we are playing." However, Erikus realized there were more risks ahead for her now that she was an adult and living alone. Erikus assumed Emma was pregnant when she noticed her stomach growing larger and rounder on her more recent visits to his property. That's when he realized she was not just at home, but doing well. However, he is aware that their relationship will endure forever. Erikus declared, "I'm her world now, and she's mine. I wonder sometimes if I saved her or if it was the other way around."